So like in the design phase, right? So we have the here scenario group. So scenario group nothing but if you want for the choose any scripting also, like what are the scripts you are completed. If you want pick means you can select it like this also. Okay. So means how many scripts you want, you can add from here. Okay, that is the scenario. Like we can add and we can delete also is possible. If you click this one, right, it is a delete from the group. Just you can click on, so you can remove from the group. So means well, like when you are designing the scenario, if you want to add any scripts means you can add, and if you want delete means we can delete also you can do. So in the scenario group, we have the, so this is the start scenario. Nothing but you want execution start means don't go to the run. You can click on here also. It automatically it will start your run. Here is the virtual users. If you click this, so it will show for the virtual users. So total how many virtual users you have. So it will show for the all virtual users. It is a stop status, or we need to observe for the this virtual user status. And if you want to add virtual users also, we can add users. If you click here and which script you want, you can select here, and you need to add for the quantity. For example, you are adding for the one more 10 users. So if you click OK, see one more 10 users are added. You can observe this all users will be down status. Okay, so means we can add the users like this also, we can add from the users. Okay, and if you don't want means you can delete also possible here. You can delete also, we can do for the delete. So now we'll go here. You can observe user count will be increased. So that is the here, that is the user group. And we are added here group, right? Group nothing but as a script. If you want to add means you can using this also you can add. For example, I'm adding for the some API script. Okay, you can select this and click on OK. See now you can observe this one more script is added. So this is the, we can add the group, and this is the, if you want delete the group and as a scenario you can group, so you can delete. And this is the runtime settings. So runtime settings are very important from the, like how many scripts you are giving, each script will be different runtime settings also will be there. So we need to provide the runtime settings, like for this script, which script you are selected. If you click on this script runtime settings, if you want to edit means we can edit here. So here runtime settings we can observe run logic. So run logic nothing but it indicate the number of iteration, how many iterations we want to give. So based on that, you can give from the number of iterations here. And here you can observe pacing. So yesterday we discussed pacing. What is the pacing? It's a delay between the iteration to iteration. So here we have the pacing, different kinds of pacing will be there. So first one you can observe start new iteration as soon as previous iteration ends. So means it is a no pacing. You are not giving any pacing, means zero pacing you are giving. If you select that option, it is a no pacing. So if you select this, we have the fixed pacing will be there, random will be there. If you select fixed, so I want to give for the 60 seconds for the pacing. So based on for the your already design NFR is there, right? Based on NFR, you can give for the 2 second means you can give for the 2 second. Otherwise, start new iteration. So if it is a interval, we need to give for the every 60-second interval. We need to give for the fixed or random also. We can give from the here. So means pacing we can give for the random pacing, fixed pacing we can give. So that is the depends on the you can select. So for example, we'll give from the pacing will be 2 second will give. Why we are giving pacing means we need to give for the breathing to the application. If you not given breathing right, your application, what will happen means, so again and again immediately executing, right? Your application will be slow and your response time also increase. So that is why we need to give the some breathing to the application. So that is why we need to give the pacing, like okay, fixed pacing 2 seconds I give it. And after that logs. So logs is the important thing. So actually some of the test you can disable the logs also. No need from the logs. Then because if you select this, what happens means once you can like execution is completed in the results, you can see the all logs like how many times you are executed and everything it is recorded. So that is why most of the people they will disable the logs. Otherwise, if you want to enable, here we have the send messages always. If you give always means what will happen means everything logs will be recorded. But if you have the one more thing will be log when error occur. I want only for logs when error occur only you can capture as a 100 KB or 1 KB you can give from the here. So up to 100 KB data you can capture if it is a log occur. So and here we need to give for the when you are log prints you can give for the advanced can remove and you can give for the parameter substitution data written by server and include environment information print the timestamp. So print the timestamp why we are giving means when you are going to the logs, right? So particular transaction is taking high response time. How to you can identify means if you select this print message, it will display for the time. Okay, this time to this time. It is a happen for the this transaction. So based on that, we need to give for the this timestamp to the developer. Then they will drill down for the application side, their code level, and they will find for the issue. So that is why we need to give for the print timestamp also. And think time also we have. So what is the think time? Nothing but it's the delay between the action to action. So here also we have the ignore think time means it's a no think time and replay think time as recorded. Like what is the replay think time is there when you are recorded. If you want continue for that, you can select that. Otherwise, if you want multiply, for example, replay think time, one action it is a 10. You are multiplying it to the 2 means it's a 20, it will come. So this depends on the your requirement, you can select for this. And we have the use random percentage point of view also will be there. So if you give for the 50 to 150 or 50 to 100 percentage, so based on for the your it is pick from the randomly think time. Otherwise, if you are giving for the any limited think time, you can give from the like 10 seconds, you can give from the year. So you need to give for the okay based on for the your recommend, you can give from this thing. Okay. And now additional attributes. So it's nothing but we need to if you click add right here, it is the argument name, argument value, description. So like it's a parameterization ways, you need to pass for the arguments as a sometimes we have the attributes will be there. You can observe attributes enables you provide the additional arguments for a view user script for all view user script types. Specify the command line argument that you can retrieve at a later point during the test to run using for the LR get attribute string. So if you want to enable means you can enable this. Okay. Otherwise, if you can remove this means you can remove from the our script also. Now go to the advanced and the like we miscellaneous. So this is also important when you are designing the scenario for this particular API testing. You are like I want for the continue and error. For what will happen means so one of the iteration it is failed. So your test will be stop or you can continue means you can click on this continue, it will continue for the test. And as same to the I want for the open as a transaction as a LR error message can give from the this one. And this is the very important multi-threading. What is the multi-threading means we have the two options. Run user as a thread and run user as a process. What is the run user thread? What is the run user process? Nothing but so if you're doing for the any kind of web applications, we need to select for the always when you are doing for the execution time, we need to select for the run user the thread. Maybe you are doing for the desktop based applications like Citrix application, any desktop application. So SAP Geo application, this kind of application you need to select for the run user process. Why we are selecting from the this to this? Why we are switching means so when you are selecting run user thread, it is every user it is occupy for the less than 1 MB like that it will pick. So means we have the one multi-drive engine will be there. So that is maximum approximately 50 user will be occupied from the when you are selected another thread. But desktop applications, right? SAP GUI Citrix application. This application we need from the more utilization, like memory point of. So every user 5 MB memory it is consumed. So that is why approximately it's a 10 user only it is occupied for the one MDR engine. So that is why we need to select for the when you are doing for the desktop application, run is as a process you need to use. Okay. And here you can remove from the define each action as a transaction. Then what will happen means you can observe you will when you are see the results here, we can go here and we can go to the summary report. Here you can observe we are getting from the along with the this we are getting for the user init and also we are getting. So you don't want this, right? Because already user init we are passing from the transactions launch login already there. So this will be no need means we need to set from the this must we need to set from the define each action. Don't check this one. You can uncheck. Okay, in the advanced we have okay and speed simulation. This is the just we are network point of view. We have the different kind of things will be there. Use maximum bandwidth. Okay? Nothing but, for example, my network is like 1 GB or something you can assume by speed. So how much it is speed will be there, you can use for the maximum bandwidth. Otherwise, if you want for the some prefixed, predefined as a bandwidth, only use for the 128 gigabytes. Okay, you can if you select this, you can see the this all 128 1.5 how much you want you need to select it. Otherwise custom bandwidth here you need to give for the yourself how much you want you can give from the here we need to select. But my experience no need to select this directly we can use for the maximum bandwidth. So how much network need for this number of virtual user point of view automatically it will pick from the in our network point of view. Okay, so that is the network and speed simulation and this all. So these all runtime setting. When you are doing this, all will be you need to initiate before running the execution. Each script you need to select and you need to give from the like if you want any number of iteration or if you are giving for the pacing, how much pacing you are giving for a script and logs you need to give from the logs, extend logs in this one and I don't want from the always. So if you want for the only, if it is error occur, I want for the logs, then you can select that. And think time also you can select based on for the your. So and miscellaneous, you can check this means it is otherwise you can check this also continue on error. Okay. So these all important from the when you are doing for the runtime setting. Now go to the controller. So you are design this right. Same way you need to design from this also because each script you need to define for the different. So again you can click and this also you need to design the things. You can observe there I given pacing. You can observe here is not there because you need to design from here also as a two pacing and check from the logs. Okay, only error occur and data return by server and think time. Okay, replace think time. That's fine. Additional arbitrary is no need. And this is the if you want for the generate snapshot error, you can give from the error. Like when you are like got error, it is generated as a snapshot also. Okay. So browser emulation, this is the every time use like which browser you want to use, you can select that one and content check we have and proxy. So if you want to give for the proxy means you can give. You no need the proxy means you can select for the no need proxy and the preferences and download filters. So these all will be runtime settings. You need to set this all things after that. So you can save this means you can click on from the save button. Okay. And now we are see it is asking from the saving your scenario. So you need to give for the scenario name. Okay, so I'm giving from the some baseline test exam baseline test and I'm giving for the date. What is the date? 13/07/2023 and click on save. So now I save this one, and now we can go here. This is the parameter list. So in your script, you can select this. What are the parameters you did? You are just able to see here. And if you want change anything, you can do from the here also. We can do from the here also. We can do it if you want to do for the any changes. So that is this is the parameter list, and this is the details. If you click details, and this is the what is the script, what is the load generator you are added, it will display this one here. And you can observe this is the view script. So which script you are selected, you want to view means it is going to the virtualizer generator, it will open from the your script. So these all the options, and the same options here also. Create new scenario. If you want to create new scenario, click on already existing scenario will be there. If you want to open this, open this. And if you want to save this, you can save. And this is the load generators. So load generators, see here you can observe this is the ready state, this is the down state. So if you want to disconnect, see, so disconnect. Now it is not connected, it's a down status. When you are doing for the test, right, you need to connect it. So if you go to the load generator and you need to connect it. So you need to connect this, and same to the, you need to connect from the this. How many load generators you have, you need to connect. Now it's ready for the test. Okay, now this is for the virtual user generator. This is the load runner analysis file. And same to the what are the options we see in open, existing, view, scenario, everything will be same from here. So these are the options from the in this scenario group. Now going to the schedule based scenario. So in the schedule based scenario, we have the schedule by scenario, schedule by group. See, schedule by scenario, schedule by group. Schedule by scenario, real world schedule, and basic schedule also we have there. So when we can switch from the schedule by scenario and basic schedule. Okay, so if you selected this, you can observe. So schedule based scenario, nothing but all scripts, how many scripts you are doing, all scripts behave like a one scenario and sharing for the ramp up, ramp down duration. See, now you can observe if you give for the start users here. Okay. Okay. All, for example, now total 60, right? So we'll give from the every 10 users or we'll giving for the ramp up. Here you need to give for the run for every how much duration you want to execute. You need to give for the 1 second, and the stop condition, nothing but ramp down. You need to provide from the every 10 users ramp down. So now design the scenario like this. You are designer. This is the ramp up. This is the duration. This is the ramp down. So stop condition. So now this is the way you need to design the scenario, and we can give from the less than, because if it is only not licensed tool, so we need to give the 45 user this. So now you can observe schedule based scenario, and we are doing for the basic schedule. So now you can observe if you selected this also, it will show for this is only. If you selected this also, it will show this only, because you are selected as schedule by scenario, basic schedule. Means both scripts designing file will be same, like it is including from the 45 plus 50 users count. You can observe here, this is the 50 user cityscape. But if you select schedule by scenario and schedule by group, you can select from the like basic schedule or anything, right? So if you want design, this is the different, and you can observe this is the different. So when you are selecting for the schedule based scenario, what will happen, right? So all the scripts behave like a one scenario and sharing ramp up, ramp down duration will be same. But when you are selecting for the schedule by group, every script will behave like a their own scenario and having their own ramp up, ramp down duration. Means you need to provide this is also number of users you need to provide. Okay, for example, you are providing for the 10 users and here you are giving for the 2 users every 10 second or 0.5 second. This is the ramp up and this is the duration assume. Okay, just I'm giving for the 0.2 minutes and click on OK and stop condition nothing but ramp down every 2 users will be again I'm giving for the 0.5 second. So now this web tour flight booking scenario is completed. So after that come to this. Now you need to design this is also different. Start users. How many users you want test? I want test with the 10 users and every 2 users will be ramp up will be 10 seconds. I'm giving for the 10 second and click on OK. Now you can observe one more. This is the different graph. Now it is generated and duration. You can give from the duration 0.2 minutes. Okay. And stop users also you can give for the every 2 users every 10 seconds. Now you can observe two scenarios we are able to observing from the when you are doing from the schedule by group. But when you are selecting from the schedule by scenario, you can observe 8 plus 20, 20 users will be so sharing for the ramp up, ramp down also it is sharing. So when it is happen, this means if you want from the both scripts, you want from the do for the same execution. So including these two also you can do for the 20, no problem. Then in this situation, you can select for the schedule by scenario. But every script will be different load, right? Then different load, different like runtime settings you can. Then you need to select for the always schedule by group only. And going to the, we have one more thing, real world schedule, basic schedule. Real world schedule, nothing but if you want to create for the multiple ramp up, multiple ramp down means you can use from the this schedule by real world schedule. Otherwise, I want for the single ramp up, single ramp down means you can select for the basic schedule. So multiple ramp up when it is happen means you can observe we have the different kind of test. Load test means we can give for the ramp up and the duration and ramp down. That is fine. But spike test how we can give? Spike will be how it will happen. It is ramp up. Again, it is execute. Again, it's ramp down. Again, it is execute. Again, ramp up. Again, execute. So means it is a wave pattern like this. It is come right. So at that situation you need for the multiple ramp up, multiple ramp down, then you need to select for the this situation real world schedule. If you select this and now we can observe okay schedule by group and real world schedule we can observe. Okay, now one scenario you can take anyone and okay, schedule by scenario only will see. Okay, now we can observe I am selecting schedule by scenario. So multiple ramp up we can give. So how to we can give means okay. So here we have the delete action and if you want edit action and if you want add action. So you can click on here. Here will be see the start users, ramp up, stop users, ramp down, duration nothing but study status. Which action you want to add? See okay. We can see the spike test time. How to we can add these all things we can see. Okay, no worry. Okay, now scenario is ready and now you are everything is done. Then we need to start our execution. And here we can see the service level agreement SLA. So what is the your SLA? Like SLA nothing but service agreement. Like each and every transaction response how much you want. So you need to define the SLA also. If you click on the new and click on the next. And here you need to select for the transaction response time. You want to calculate average or percentage mode. It is asking. I want to calculate it the average only. Okay, average. And click on next. And what are the transactions you want? So I want from the which are the transactions I will add. Okay, this is also list users API. We need list users T01 and create user also one of the transaction and stop request ticket. So this will be no need. Okay, so request transaction. Okay, that is no need. Now in it like this add and this you want to compare with the like running users means. So you need to give for the condition. Actually, you are less than 2 and greater than equal to 2 means don't meet from the more than 2 means you will get from the like some if you are getting for the less than 2 you will get from the like green color, otherwise you will get from the red color. Then okay, this transaction we are not meeting our SLA. Okay, so now next button and okay, if you want to apply all means you can click on mute for the apply all. Okay, so next you can click on yes and finish. Now you can observe transaction response time. SLA also you are added. Now your everything is done. Then you can go to the execution. You can go to the run and you can start scenario. Before start the scenario, so real time, if you are doing real time, we need to design the scenario same like that. And after that, we want to like monitoring tools will be there. Sidescope, performance, app dynamics, dynatrace. Okay, so we have the different kind of monitoring tools will be there to monitor for the CPU memory point of view. So if you go to the yesterday we seen, right, you can observe maybe I execute here, it is calculating from the this zoom also it is calculating and this WC office and windows and some taskbar notepad means what are the I open in my system, everything it is consuming for the some CPU memory. Then if I execute the this test exactly for this particular execution, this 20 user point of view, how much CPU memory is taking, I know I don't know, right? So that is why we need to only exactly when we are doing for the execution. At that time, I want for the CPU memory for the only the 20 user CPU, how much utilization is going. It is a 30% or 20% or 50 or 80, whatever maybe. Okay. So means you need to monitor from the monitoring tools. So like we have the uh, one tool will be there, performance monitor will be there. This is the performance monitor. So before start the execution, we should configure for this also. Okay. If you click this and click on OK, and here we have the data collector set will be there. You need to click on this and expand this. Okay. And user defined. You need to click on new and here data collector set. I can add. So here it is asking for the your test name. Okay, so I am doing for the example baseline, right? I am giving the same only baseline and underscore I am giving for the today date 13/07/2023. And if you want from the create from the template or create manually, you can give it as a create manually. Okay, click on next. And here create data loss. You want from the what are the things you want? I want for the performance counter. So performance counter. And you want for the alert also means you can add this, otherwise we need to add for the create data and performance counter and click on next. And here you can observe performance counter. If you click here, we have the different type of counters will be there. What are the things we can monitor? Actually CPU memory, right? So here we have the different counters will be there. We need to select for the CPU and memory counter. CPU nothing but it's a processor, right? You can go here and we are able to see the processor. See here, you can observe this is the processor information. If you select this is the counter, nothing but CPU counter. In this CPU counter also we have sub counters will be there. C1 time, C2 time, and DPC time, idle time, and manually and processor time, privilege time. We have all things will be there. So for here we need to add from the which time we want. Processor time nothing but like while during the test how the your application CPU utilization going you want to monitor means we need to add for the processor time. You can select that, you can add. See, it is added one CPU counter. And if you want for the any other thing, user time. I want user time also how much it is getting you want means you can select this. Okay, you want from the any other things you can select from the that. Majorly in CPU point of view we need to select this two, and along with we have the some privileged time also will be there. If you want to miss you can select that also. So this is the processor counters. Then processor nothing but CPU counters. Now you need to add from the memory counters also. Now you can go to the memory. So it will be memory will be there. For my system it is showing for the GPU processor memory. So if you select this, right, we can see from the total committed bytes means how many total committed from the your system. Committed nothing but used one. So available nothing but how much it is available will be there. You need to add from the committed one and available one. Shared also it will be there. Local use, non-local use also we can, if you want means we can add this. So actually my system it is not showing for the available bytes also. If you want for the total committed and available committed also it will be there. You can add from these two. So we need to add from the this CPU and memory counters, and along with if you want from the any network counters or database counters, we have the different type of counters will be there. You can add. Mostly we need from the this is the very important thing, CPU memory. So that network and these things will be okay, depends on the your, you can select those counters. Okay. So after that, if you added, right, if you click on okay, then you can observe what are the we are added, we are able to see, and click on next, and it is saving from the your script is in this location in the C folder for flags admin baseline it is saving. Okay, otherwise if you want different where means you can select that, and automatically the browser where you want to save it will save, and after that click on next, and save and close, finish. Now your design is completed. Now you can observe this is the your baseline test. If you click also, we are able to see the your test. This is the your test. Now you need to go to the properties. Here we have the schedule time also will be there. So we need to schedule the time. Like I want to start from the today date only. That is fine. And time. So you need to give for the time, what time to what time you want to execute and what time. For example, I think 2 minutes only, right? Okay. Okay, if this call connected, right? Rejoin everyone. So 8:43, right? I will, okay, you guys can disconnect again, rejoin. We'll start from here on also.
Okay. Okay.